Job faced great suffering, but kept his faith. He trusted God's plan beyond his pain. David fled enemies, yet praised the Lord. His songs brought hope amid sorrow. Jesus suffered on the cross for all. He prayed for strength in the garden. Jesus forgave even his foes. Mary mourned, but believed in resurrection. Peter denied Jesus, but found forgiveness. Peter walked on water by faith. Paul faced hardships, yet praised God. His faith grew through every trial. He encouraged believers to be strong. Hannah prayed long for a child. God answered with Samuel's birth. Ruth stayed faithful in foreign land. She trusted God's care always. Joseph was sold but remained faithful. God raised him to save many. Esther risked all to save her people. She fasted and sought God's guidance. Elijah trusted God in despair. Fire from heaven proved God's power. Israelites crossed the sea by faith. God fed them in the desert daily. Daniel prayed despite lions' threat. God shut the lions' mouths. Friends survived the fiery furnace. Nehemiah rebuilt Jerusalem by faith. Opposition couldn't stop his work. Job's faith was finally rewarded. Jesus healed many by their faith. The bleeding woman was made whole. Centurion believed Jesus' word. Paralytic walked through faith. Blind man gained sight by faith. Faith moves mountains, Jesus said. Early church grew despite persecution. Stephen forgave before his death. Paul praised God in prison. Faith kept Paul strong in storms. Woman at well brought others to Jesus. Thief on cross saved by faith. Peter strengthened after failure. Faith calmed the fearful disciples. Jesus calmed the stormy sea. Faithful men and women trusted God. Prodigal son returned in faith. Faith brought strength and new life. God's love reached the outcast. Faith healed and restored many lives. Resurrection brought hope and life. Faith comforts the grieving heart. God's promises never fail. Jesus intercedes for suffering believers. Faith calls for hope and endurance. Trials test but strengthen faith. Faith wins over sin and death. Faith is God's precious gift. Faith acts through love and service. The journey includes pain, but God sustains. Faith sees beyond present suffering. Eternal joy awaits the faithful. The crown of life is promised. Faith triumphs through God's power. Believers overcome all adversity. Trusting God brings peace amid pain. Faith makes all things new.